7:32. I will call the Lake Como meeting of the Mayor and Council to order. Please rise for a salute to the flag and a moment of silent reflection. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silent reflection. As you do, please keep in your thoughts the family of Matt Sharon, who is a local community member who passed away last week suddenly. He worked in Lake Como as a special police officer many years ago. Thank you. Sunshine law, please.
Adequate notice of this meeting is provided by the adoption of a resolution by the Mayor and Council on the second day of January 2024, in which resolution, the time and place of agenda and regular meetings commencing with January 2nd was set forth. Notice of same was delivered to the Aspen Park Press, the Co-Star, and Tap Into, and a copy of the notice was posted on the Borough website and on the bulletin board in Borough Hall. All meetings are open to the public.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Liddy is not here tonight. Councilwoman Scull? Here. Councilman Antoine?
Here.
Councilman DeMoro?
Here.
Councilman Ventries?
Here.
Councilman Alvarado?
Here.
I have a motion to approve the minutes from the March 5th regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? We have no communications. We will start with reports of committee from Councilwoman Alvarado.
Thank you, Mayor. All matters are in order.
Thank you, Councilman Ventries.
Thank you, Mayor. The students from the Williamsburg High School of Architecture and Design visited the borough 2 weeks ago on Saturday the 9th, and there were probably 25 or 30 of them. It was quite a showing. They took measurements up and down Main Street to help us with the Arboretum, and they went over to the lakefront to see how that came out, because they were pretty helpful in that regard also. During it, the principal asked if we would consider some kind of giving them some kind of acknowledgement for their work on the lakefront with a plaque or some kind of proclamation or something like that.
Yeah, we'll definitely put together a proclamation for all their work. What was their reaction to the lakefront?
They loved it. They had a drone, a couple of drones taking pictures of it, and they were all very, very interested. It's a real enthusiastic group.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much. Councilman DeMoro?
All in order, other than police department. Anything going on, Sarge?
You're on.
I'm on.
Now you're off.
All right.
You hit it again. There you go. There you go.
We've been enforcing the commercial vehicle ordinance in town. From what I'm seeing in Lake Como, the streets do look a lot better. And also we're completing backgrounds for our specials for the summer, so we'll be ready.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Nothing else.
Thank you. Councilman D'Antuono.
Thank you, Mayor. All matters are in order.
Thank you. Councilwoman Scull.
Thank you, Mayor. Just I wanted to point out that there is a Facebook post on our borough page about 100-year anniversary apparel. So there's an apparel sale taking place now. I believe order forms are here at Borough Hall. You can take a look at what's available on the website and on Facebook by using the link. But I think you do have to come in to fill out the form. Okay, so if you want to wear something festive to our various events, which I'll let Council President talk about when he gets back, you can purchase something from here, from Borough Hall. Then that all matters are in order.
Thank you very much. For my report, I am happy to say that I was notified today that we have received our first installment of tax revenue from the state based on the law that we passed a year and a half ago on, I guess it's a hotel tax really, it's a temporary residence tax. It was the tax on transient rentals, that being Airbnb and other VRBO and other sites alike. We did see our first revenue. We did get over $5,000 in tax revenue, which is nice start. But as I said before, I think along with enforcement is going to see an increase in that tax revenue as well. So that's definitely something that we were going to move forward on vigorously. So.
Is that like quarterly, half year, year?
It's for 2 months. It was for December and January. December of
Really?
23 and January of this year.
And that, I mean, that's winter months too.
Yeah.
So it took a while for them to, I guess, acknowledge, approve the legislation from the town. The state receives the tax revenue from the companies. It is put put off to the buyer, to the renter, those monies. And so will they send it every 2 months, or do you think they're gonna send it quarterly?
It'll be every month. They're just 2 months behind.
Okay. Very interesting. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that and keep a tally of what we're seeing. It'd be interesting to see what the summer months are compared to the winter months. Other than that, all matters are in order. I will take a motion to open for public comments on new business and the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak to anything that is listed on our agenda under the consent agenda or new business only can do so now. You can come to the mic, and we just need your name and address. Seeing none, I'll take a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Under the consent agenda, we have 3 items. Can I have a motion to move the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Witten? Oh, I'm so sorry. Councilwoman Scoll?
Yes.
D'Antonio?
Yes.
DeMauro?
Yes.
Ventrice?
Yes.
Valado?
Yes.
Thank you. Under new business, we have ordinance 2024-2. This is a first reading, an introduction offered by Councilman D'Antuono.
Thank you, Mayor. So offered ordinance number 2024-02, Stormwater Control Ordinance of the Borough of Lake Como. Whereas the NJDEP amended its stormwater management rules to ensure that areas at most significant risk of flooding due to climate change are better defined, and that new and reconstructed assets in those areas are designed and constructed using the best available climate-informed precipitation data. Whereas ordinance number 2021-956, codified in chapter 19-1, must comply with the amended rules. Therefore, be it ordained by the Borough Council of the Borough of Lake Como that chapter 19-1 of the code of the Borough of Lake Como is hereby repealed in its entirety and replaced with the following, and the remaining details of the ordinance are contained in the document.
Thank you. Drew, this was a directive, I think, from the state, correct?
Yes, it started several months ago, and we're just completing it now
Done, recommended by our engineer.
as well.
Yeah.
Is this, how is this affecting the town at this point? Is
At
there?
this point, there's no effect. It has to be completed by 2026, again, at 2026. And it's something that's mandated by the state as well as recommended by the engineer.
And if I'm not mistaken, we've had a lot of transportation grants over the past couple of years that we've included the upgrading of our stormwater management,
Yes, we have.
and we'll continue to do that.
Yes. And we also received a grant for the overall plan itself.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the council? I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Scoll?
Yes.
D'Antonio?
Yes.
DeMauro?
Yes.
Ventrice?
Yes.
Valado?
Yes.
Thank you. We have ordinance 2024-3, offered by Councilman Ventrice.
Thank you, Mayor. So offered ordinance 2024-3, ordinance amending chapter 16.4 fire inspections fees for non-life hazard use. Be it ordained by the mayor and council of the Borough of Lake Como that chapter 16.4 of the borough ordinances be amended as follows. Fire inspection fee for businesses would be $75. Fire inspection fee for common areas, $100, and fire investigation report would be $12.
Thank you. This was a recommendation from our fire inspector, correct?
It was.
Any questions from the council? I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Scoll?
Yes.
D'Antonio?
Yes.
DeMauro?
Yes.
Ventrice?
Yes.
Valado?
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution 2024-57. This is a resolution offered by Councilman DeMauro.
Whereas the Borough of Lake Como has advertised bids for garbage collection on January 15th, the Asbury Park Press on January 17th in the Star Ledger. The council has received 1 bid on March 5th, 2024, and they'd like to retain the services of Delisa Waste Services out of Tinton Falls for a contract total of $669,000.
So this is a 5-year contract. Just a comment, and for a little bit more specifics for the council, we did receive only 1 bid response for this. It is the current company that we use for waste services. This contract is significantly higher than the contract that we are currently working under. I did ask Mr. Heisman to contact the company and ask for a little bit of an explanation. If you want to just go into that real quick about what their increase in their fees are?
So I did sit down with Delisa Waste Services to go over the bid itself. The increase is substantial, and the reason being is the cost of hospitalization, workman's comp, the overall cost of the equipment has raised dramatically, almost doubled. Workman's comp went up a huge percentage. Hospitalization, I believe, went up over 25%. So the overall cost of doing business has gone up. He is the only one that bid the scope of the project. And the reason why I believe is because it's a small town, and it's a lot of work for a small town. So after meeting with him and going through the details of the reasons why it was a lot higher than what it passed, I do understand, and after speaking with him, I think it's a reasonable price.
What's a lot higher?
I think it was 60.
So I think the last year, the current contract was like 68, 69,000. The
Wow.
first year's 118.
Yeah.
It was like
Um,
32% or something from the last year of the previous contract to the first year of this.
In reviewing this, and this is not something that we just glazed over. This is a significant increase. In comparison, if we were to, really the only other option we would have would be to bring waste management services back to the town, meaning buying a truck, hiring more employees. The cost of the entire 5-year contract would probably be spent in the first 2 years.
Well, it certainly would be. The cost of a truck today, even a used vehicle, is anywhere from $300,000 to $450,000. We don't have a mechanic, the maintenance, the cost of the manpower, hospitalization
Right,
insurance.
right.
It would be tough on the town to actually take that.
And our neighboring town, I think, tried this a couple years ago, and then they went back to contracted service.
Who does Belmar use?
Delisa.
And Belmar actually is the one that tried to do it on their own, and it was not cost effective.
So is it typical to ask for a 5-year contract? Like, would it make sense to ask for a 10-year, or?
I agree with you, Councilwoman. They will not do that because they're worried about the cost for the 4 and 5 year.
Our specs went out for the alternative of a 3-year or a
3-year.
5-year, so I think council's opting for the 5-year because it probably makes more sense.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense for the 5-year, because if you do a 3-year, the prices there on year 4 and year 5 may change after those 3 years.
I think they would, and I think they would increase a bit.
Any other questions or thoughts? I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stoll?
Yes.
Antoine?
Yes.
Demora?
Yes.
Ventrice?
Yes.
Valado?
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution 2025-58, offered by Councilwoman Albala Doyle.
Thank you, Mayor. So offered Resolution 2024-58, which is a resolution for the improvements to Lake Como Municipal Open Space Grant Number 20-07. This is a project completion closing statement. Whereas the Monmouth County Board of Commissioners has approved an open space trust fund and established a municipal open space program to provide program grant funds in connection with municipal acquisition of lands for county park recreation, conservation, and farmland preservation purposes, as well as for county recreation and conservation development and maintenance purposes. So whereas the Borough of Lake Como entered into this municipal open space program grant agreement on July 3rd, 2021, it provided us with $200,000 for the improvements to Lake Como under application 20-07. That required certain conditions to be met by the Borough of Lake Como prior to receipt of the aforesaid funds. And this is that closing statement to say that that project was completed, and that we are providing that information to be able to accept those funds. Joe, is there anything else I'm forgetting on that?
Once we submit this, then we'll get reimbursed by the grant.
Any other questions? Do I have a second?
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stoll?
Yes.
Antoine?
Yes.
Demora?
Yes.
Ventries,
Yes.
Cavaladuda.
Yes.
Thank you, and I will finalize this by saying, well done on the lakefront. Drew, I know it's been an interesting couple of years, but to you and everyone that had anything to do with that improvement, I continue to get wonderful comments about what it looks like and the use of it, and just the change in the overall presence of the town because of it. So thank you, job well done. We have resolution 2024-59 offered by Councilman D'Antuono.
Thank you, Mayor. Sole offered resolution 2024-59. This is a resolution awarding a contract for architectural services for New Borough Hall. So as you may recall, back in November, we advertised for proposals in the Asbury Park Press and Co-Star. We received 8 bids. Of the bids received, we performed an extensive evaluation process of the 5 lowest bidders. So Amy, Drew, and Matt Mariano from Leona Bocking Engineering met and performed in-person interviews with the 5 low bids. In addition to...
And you met too, right?
And myself.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. And myself.
Don't shortchange yourself.
In addition to the cost considerations, we did reference checks and considered the bidders' qualifications, completed projects to date, their organizations, and the process they go through when providing these services. So ultimately, it's our recommendation to award the contract to Arcari and Iovino Architects in the amount of $170,750. On the price front, they were the middle of the pack. They were the 3rd lowest bidder. We were impressed by their portfolio of completed projects, their process throughout the entirety of the development of New Borough Hall, and their technical knowledge throughout the interview process. So it's a major step and a major project for the borough, and selecting the architect is a key first step here, and we think that this firm is the right partner for us to move forward.
Just a comment from my perspective, I was kept abreast of this situation, and I just want to congratulate you and thank you on your follow-up with these bid specs and the due diligence that you've done in reviewing and investigating the architects that put in for this bid. I know it was not an easy feat. Any other comments or questions from the council? Drew, anything to add?
No, I think we did a pretty thorough job. Thank you, Councilman, for going through the process. We have one shot to do this right. And that's to do it right and do it on budget.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stoll?
Yes.
D'Antuono?
Yes.
Demora?
Yes.
Ventries?
Yes.
Cavaladuda.
Yes.
Thank you. With that being said, we have resolution 2024-60, also offered by Councilman D'Antuono.
Thank you, Mayor. Sole offered resolution 2024-60. This is a resolution awarding a contract for the demolition of Block 31, Lot 25, which is 703 18th Avenue. Whereas the borough desires to demolish the property at said block and lot for the development of a new borough hall, and whereas 3 quotes were solicited for the above referenced project, the low quote was received from Greg Lurch Demolition Excavating LLC of Wall in the amount of $39,500.
Thank you. This is the former First Aid building that we're talking about. Question?
No environmental issues there, like tanks or anything like that?
Anything else? Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stoll?
Yes.
D'Antuono?
Yes.
Demora?
Yes.
Ventries?
Yes.
Cavaladuda.
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution 2024-61, offered by Councilwoman Skull.
Thank you, Mayor. So offered resolution 2024-61. Be resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Lake Como that the proper officers be directed and authorized to make payment from the following accounts. Water and sewer account 2023, $64.84. Current account 2024, $343,135.18. Water sewer account 2024, $153,117.63. Dog license account 2024, $68.40. General capital account $2,863.25. 100th anniversary account $1,918.17. ACH wire payments 2024, current account, $43,957.88. Water, $7,547.64. Tourism, $140.81. For a 2024 total of $552,748.96.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Skull?
Yes.
Antoine?
Yes.
Remaro?
Yes.
Ventrice?
Yes.
Cavaladola?
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution 2024-62, offered by, who else? Councilman Ventrice.
Thank you, Mayor. So offer Resolution 2024-62, resolution of the Borough of Lake Como Council executive sessions. Whereas the Borough Council of the Borough of Lake Como must discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in public meeting. Any subjects are within the exceptions to the Open Public Meetings Act and are permitted to be discussed in closed session pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B. And the Borough Council intends to discuss matters that fall within the attorney-client privilege. And we'll go into closed session for up to 30 minutes and then reconvene if any action needs to be taken.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Skull?
Yes.
Antoine?
Yes.
Demoro?
Yes.
Ventrice?
Yes.
Cavaladola?
Yes.
Thank you. We will go into public session after our public comments. So can I have a motion to open for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to come to the mic and have public comments for the council, the mayor and council, can do so now. You can speak to anything. Seeing none, I'll take a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So at this time, the mayor and council will go into executive session, which we will hold in this room. So we're going to ask everyone to go. We will reconvene after that public session to report out anything that we may be able to report out during that session. But at this time, I do not foresee